everybody, and this video is about Overwatch because the Overwatch Early Access Beta starts today, May 2nd. It is starting at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern, or midnight GMT, which would technically be May 3rd. And if you manage to pre-order Overwatch before April 29th, you will have access to this early portion of the beta. So during this video, I just want to talk to you guys about the beta and make sure you're informed, but I also want to just give you some general tips if you are completely new to Overwatch to maximize your fun and kind of get you into the game in a smooth way, in a way that you're going to enjoy, in a way that's going to feel familiar, and hopefully you can jump into the beta and immediately start having fun and killing a bunch of dudes, which is what we all love to do. So the open beta, not the early access, but the open beta is going to be running from May 5th to May 9th, and that's going to be on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, you do not need to pre-order to get into the beta. You don't need to do anything. It is completely free for everybody to join, and you will have access to every single piece of content that's going to be in the release version of Overwatch during this open beta. So you're not just going to be able to experience 5 characters and 2 maps and like 1 game mode. You're going to have all 21 characters. You're going to have all of the maps, all of the game modes available for you to play during open beta. And I think that this is amazing because if you're someone who's not sure if you're going to be into Overwatch, you can jump into this open beta, play it from 5th to the 9th, and really see if it's going to be something that you can enjoy, if it has enough for you to enjoy it. You get to see all of the progression and the skins that you can unlock, the achievements that are in the game, all of that is available to you. So I would say to anyone out there who looks at this game, and even if you think, I'm not going to like this isn't something that I'm going to be into, just pick it up. It's completely free and play like 5 games of it or something just to see if it's something that you might enjoy. Because honestly, I legitimately, like for real, I am really passionate about this game because I first initially saw it released and I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing. I got invited to the beta and it's so addicting. It's so much fun that I really want all of you to at least try it out and see if it's something that you would be interested in. Because in my opinion, the vast majority of people that actually pick up the game during the beta, I think most of you will like it. I think most of you will. Now that you have all decided to try out the Overwatch beta, because you have, it's a thing you decided to do, you just decided that, you did. I'm gonna give some quick tips on how you can maximize the fun that you have in the beta. So if you are a traditional FPS player, you're coming from Destiny, you're coming from Call of Duty, you're coming from Halo, any kind of traditional FPS, there's one character that you should definitely check out, and that character is Soldier 76. He's essentially the most standard FPS type character. He's boots on the ground, he can sprint, because not all characters in Overwatch can sprint. He's a character that can sprint, he has an assault rifle or auto rifle if you're from Destiny. He is very run-of-the-mill typical soldier. His ultimate is an aimbot. It's essentially an aimbot. So if you are someone that is just coming into Overwatch, I would highly recommend that you do pick up Soldier 76 because that playstyle is going to be most familiar to you. It's going to feel the most comfortable. Also, he does have a heal, so he's very self-reliant. He doesn't have to rely on other people on his team in order to keep him alive. He can do his own thing. He's an independent man. So definitely, if you get into the beta, check out Soldier 76 first and take it from there. In terms of other characters that I would recommend playing, I would first recommend playing anyone that's kind of tanky. So there's different classes in Overwatch. You have like snipers, builders, attack damage people, healers, and you have tanks. The reason why I recommend tanks, especially someone like D.Va, is because you can mess up. You can mess up and you don't get punished for it. Now, tanks in this game are not just like meaty shields that don't do anything. They're actually capable of getting the most kills in the game. They're capable of doing the most damage. They just have more health and they have more protection for both themselves and other people than other characters in the game. So definitely pick up a tank. You can run in there and smack around a bunch of people. It takes a lot more to kill you. So you might actually find that you have an easier time playing a tanky character because you don't die instantly as soon as you go in there. And the character that I would recommend the most for playing when it comes to being a tank would be D.Va. She has a mech. She doesn't have to reload her weapon, so you never have to worry about reloading. You can just shoot people. She's very mobile. She's very capable of killing a bunch of people, but again, she is tanky. So definitely check out D.Va and Soldier 76. Those are gonna be ones that probably feel very good to a lot of you coming from a traditional FPS background. The next little piece of advice or tip that I would give is to be very aware of the objective, because a lot of people seem to forget that there's an objective, or they don't really understand what's going on. So in Overwatch, there's gonna be multiple different objectives. There's different game modes. You have one where you have to capture a point and then escort a payload. You have others where you just have to capture points. You have others where you just have to escort payloads or stop the enemy team from doing any of those things. And at the top of your screen, right in the middle, you're going to see a timer. It's going to be 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, and it's going to be counting down. You have to achieve the objective of capturing said point or moving said payload before that time gets to 0, or you have to defend those objectives until the time gets to 0. So it is very important to be aware of that. Be aware of how much time you have left. Be aware of all that stuff. Also, there is overtime in Overwatch. So much overs, I can't even. But there's overtime. And the way that overtime works is, say for example, you are moving a payload and you haven't got it to the destination yet. If the timer goes down to 0 and your team is still on that payload, it will go into overtime. It's not just gonna be like, hey, sorry, time's up, you lose, if your team is still actively trying to fight to move that payload. So it's definitely important to keep that in mind. If it gets to 0 but you are still near the payload, don't just get off and think that it's over and think that you've lost and that's it, because it's not. It goes into overtime and you can definitely win while you are in overtime. So it's very important. And when you are in overtime, this is something that is also very important. A very short timer will start to whittle down. You will see it at the top middle of your screen. It will whittle down very quickly. In order to keep your team in overtime and potentially win the game, you have to be on the objective, whether that's a capture point, whether that's a payload, you have to be on the objective. If you are in overtime and you step off the objective, the overtime is going to end and you are going to lose the game. So that is very important. Just be constantly aware of how much time you have left to achieve the objective, and be aware of when you're in overtime. Make sure you are standing on the objectives. So I think that's gonna pretty much cover it for basic information and some very basic tips for you new FPS peoples going into Overwatch. The beta runs from May 5th to May 9th. That is the open beta. That is totally free. It's available on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I highly recommend that you play Soldier 76 or D.Va and just have a good time, guys. Enjoy it. Let me know in the comment section if you are playing the beta and how you are finding it. I really want to know. I want to make content on Overwatch. I love this game. I want to play with all of you guys. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you awesome people later. Bye.
On a roll.